Yeah, now we're recording. So anyway, just what I'm kind of curious is what your story is about this, because you've had a lot of success, and I just kind of want to have other people hear it.
Well, I suffered for almost 2 years, flu-like symptoms, aching all over, body aches, run down, tired all the time, fatigued, headaches all the time, bloating, cramping, couldn't function half the time. A lot of times I spent in bed. I had more, doctors kept putting me on antibiotics for various things, and I got to the end of my rope back in March and decided to make a phone call to who I call the medicine man, Dr. Aberle, and it was the best phone call I ever made because I asked him if he could help me, and he said yes. And I came in, and since I've been coming in, I've deleted probably 95% of my symptoms that I've had suffered from for almost 2 years. I can breathe. My breathing's incredible from where I first came in, and I'm feeling incredible. It's something everybody has to know about. And if he shows this and anybody has any questions or wants to talk, maybe we can set something up, because this is just like a miracle for me. Hard to describe to anybody.
I know you don't want to get into all your symptoms that you had, but what were some of them? I mean, the flu-like stuff is fascinating.
Yeah, it's just like waking up with the flu every day. It never went away. It was there every day. Every single day I got up sick. I went to bed sick. And nothing anybody did for me or nothing I took helped. And it's just terrible. And people don't understand what's like. I woke up a lot of mornings where I couldn't even function.
What do you mean?
I was just out of it. I'd be out of it for days. I just couldn't function. I didn't know what was wrong with me and couldn't figure it out. And then when I went on the internet and did my own investigating and made the phone call to the medicine man, well, then I got some help. But I didn't understand what was going on with me, and I couldn't get a doctor to figure it out. So, but suffering every day of your life for almost 2 years, it's hard to describe to anybody. And I'm feeling now, I've been up and down when I first started this, and now I'm getting more up, and I'm feeling incredible. The last couple of weeks has been the greatest part of my life, actually.
And we've been measuring your breathing, and that's been changing.
Oh, my breathing is just incredible. I can ride with the wind, and I don't get winded anymore.
And you've correlated, too, the increased breathing with just your overall symptoms.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. All of a sudden, all my symptoms just started going away.
Yeah.
It's, I'm having a hard time dealing with this yet. But it's real. Very real.
That's one thing I'm trying to get across to people, is that when you improve breathing, you improve mechanics, and then all your symptoms start to change.
Yeah, because a lot of times you do things and you hold your breath, and if you're not breathing right, you just don't function right.
Yeah.
When you're breathing and you got the lungs going, it makes it much easier.
Yeah. And there were days you said you were actually going to work and you had to turn around?
Yeah, there's days when I went right back home, and I went into work, and then there's days I just told myself I can't work. I said I'm that ill. I can imagine having the worst flu you ever had, except the only thing I didn't experience was any fever or throwing up, but I was nauseous all the time. It was like being nauseous every day. And just ill every single day. I went night sweats for months on end, and I could go on and on. There's a lot more that I went through, but we don't have all day.
Yeah, well, it's a story that needs to get out there, and you know,
people have to realize there is help out there. There is something. You know, I tried everything. I tried everything from the drugstores to listen to the doctors, and I saw numerous doctors, and then they wanted to send me to another one, and then finally I got to the point where I really didn't want to live anymore, actually, because I was feeling that sick. I got to the point where I said, hey, I can't live like this anymore. And I even called the doctors. I said, I can't stand this. You got to help me. And I didn't get a straight answer from any of them, and like I said, that's when I went on the internet and did my own investigating and came up with the medicine man.
Well, you had a lot of symptoms in the beginning. It was going to be an interesting case. I knew that.
Yeah, because I remember when you kind of chuckled when I told you all my symptoms and stuff. And I said, really?
That was a sad chuckle. I remember that day.
You know, it's hard to tell anybody that unless you experience those kind of symptoms every day of your life, and you know, it's hard to tell somebody that. And to get this kind of relief after that much suffering, incredible, very incredible.
Because you had a lot of pain, plus you had the flu-like symptoms, which was worse.
Every day, just nothing changed it. You know, I couldn't get anything to change any of my symptoms. They were there all the time, and there were some days where they eased up just a little bit, but that didn't last but a day. And I'd go right. Every day was bad, and then there were other days that were worse.
Yeah, and this all kind of started out with just moving a boat or something. What was it?
Yeah, well, I started out with a concussion. That's right. I got a severe concussion, and I never recovered after that. Things went downhill, and I never felt right then, and then I started getting sicker and sicker. Yeah, my whole system, my whole body broke down, my immune system broke down. I kept on getting one thing after another and got put on antibiotics, and that wasn't the problem. What I found out now.
Yeah. No, I'm grateful it stuff's working for you. Well, thanks for taking the time. I appreciate it.
I got all day.
Thanks.